All right, let's dig deeper into the cards of the week because I feel like I couldn't I couldn't encapsulate it in what I wanted to do there. So the card of the week this week is the Piper. This is about coaxing our manifestations or our goals and it's kind of seducing our goals into being. And that it is a softer, it's a more subtle way of having things happen. It's like what do you I said using your skills, talents, and abilities to kind of seduce your goal into being. And so this is not go get 'em energy. This is not aggressive. This is seductive. This is kind of, flirting your goals into being. And I kind of like that idea. I think that uh, a lot of times we miss something when we're barreling ahead to get what we want. A lot of times we really like we miss something, and so with the Piper, we're not barreling ahead to get what we want. We're kind of taking a step back, assessing the situation, and looking at what's needed, and kind of filling that void to allow whatever it is to unfold and come to you. And then when I pulled the follow-up card, because I decided to pull two cards today, I pulled the Fool. And the Fool is the beginning of the Major Arcana of the Tarot. It is a leap of faith. It is trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to, and that it is okay to take this step forward, even though I don't know where, even though I'm not sure where I'm going, even though I'm not sure whether it's the right step forward or not. I'm still going to take this step because this is where the adventure begins, right? So you've got this card about seducing and about like being receptive to it, and then you've got this other card about needing to trust that this is the beginning of a new adventure. That's what the Fool does, because the Fool comes in, starts the adventure. The Magician comes in, pulls in all the energy and all the tools to plant the seed. It's the seed. The High Priestess comes in and does the studying and like germinates that seed. Okay, the Empress comes in, gives birth to it, and then the Emperor comes in, creates a structure for it to grow in, and then the Hierophant comes in and kind of shows the cracks in the structure so you can make adjustments, because the 5 card is an adjustment, and also to take it higher, and then the Lover's card is getting back to making choices based on your heart and the relationships that you need in order to continue with whatever goal it is. Then the Chariot card is developing mastery over the mind and the emotions, because things start moving forward. Then the Strength card comes in, and you are having to love yourself and the parts of yourself that had to be created that you may or may not feel comfortable with in order to survive. That's the card where she is putting her head in the lion's mouth. The lion represents our primal urges, our id, all the things we've stuffed down in order to survive, in order to move through. This is where we look at them and we accept that they're there, and we appreciate how far they've gotten us, and we trust ourselves more. We bring more of ourselves to the table. Then, once we bring more of ourselves to the table, we've got to digest it before anything can happen. And we find the Hermit, who has to retreat a little bit to get that knowledge. I like to think that the Hermit is like a higher, not a higher octave, but it's kind of similar to the High Priestess, where he knows all the things, but he needs to remind himself of all these things so he doesn't get caught up in what was happening with the strength card, right? So, and then we burst out after the hermit is done, which is kind of the completion of a gestation period. There's a new birth happening with the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is there are opportunities opening up all around. It's kind of when you bust out, and then you have to stay grounded and centered within. So it encourages you to get grounded and centered within, because all kinds of stuff is going around on the outside. Then we go to Justice, which is the 11th card. And I think I'm going to stop it there, and I'll start with the next cards in the next video. We'll go from the Justice card all the way up to the World. Anyway, so don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me wherever you are, wherever you find this, and for more content like this and various other things where I talk about the tarot, I talk about the Fairies Oracle, I talk about my life and the things that I've learned as a manic pixie dream crone. I don't think so. I don't think that's appropriate for me. I know people who are that, but I'll have to figure out a different name for my cronage. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in.